Hello everyone, and welcome to my Update US Gossip channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In an emotional post, Janelle Brown of Sister Wives talks to Garrison. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown has been documenting her healing journey since the tragic passing of her son, Garrison. On March 5, 2024, Garrison apparently committed suicide, according to reports. Family and friends mourned the devastating loss of Janelle and Kody's son. It was a difficult time for everyone, and it seems Janelle still hasn't recovered from the loss. Keep reading to see her emotional message for Garrison. Sister Wives, how's Janelle Brown today? Janelle has been thriving in life since her separation from Kody. Today, a lot of her posts are about trips she took with her business partners. The Sister Wives star is currently a high-ranking ambassador of the pink drink company she's been selling along with her daughter, Maddie. She lives in North Carolina at the moment. However, she's still pursuing her part of the property in Flagstaff, which will be the main focus of the second part of season 19. In an emotional post, Janelle talks to Garrison. In a social media post, Janelle Brown shared an emotional message for her late son, Garrison. The Sister Wives actress described it as a weird day because Garrison appeared so vibrant in all of their photos together. Janelle also confessed that there are times when she forgets she'd never see her son again, saying, "I remember. Grief is so strange." After expressing how much she values Garrison's memories with the family, Janelle felt compelled to share them once more in his memory and to mark his birthday. "Till we meet again, sweetheart," Janelle added. Many fans also sympathized with Janelle. Sister Wives, Janelle Brown shares final haul from Flagstaff. Janelle also took to social media earlier this week to share her final haul in Flagstaff. The Sister Wives actress revealed that she enlisted the assistance of a few of her close friends when she moved her belongings from her previous Flagstaff storage unit. She added that she was awaiting a free moment and pleasant weather before bringing the final load. She went on to say, "With the family wedding that took place the previous week in SLC and the need to pick up a few things from Hunter's place in Vegas the previous week was the week. It's clear that Janelle Brown no longer has intentions of moving back to Flagstaff. She has yet to share updates regarding her property dispute with Kody. But in the most recent season, she said that she had already hired lawyers to help divide the property." In the early episodes of Sister Wives season 19, eagle-eyed viewers noted an almost conspicuous absence of the kind of blunt, no-holds-barred confessional rants about his children that long defined Kody Brown's on-camera persona, particularly striking given that much of the season was filmed in 2022, only months before the tragic suicide of his son Garrison, with whom Kody had an openly fraught relationship. As detailed by TV shows Ace, TLC seasons typically trail real-time events by roughly 2 years, meaning that any unfiltered footage of Kody shit-talking his OG kids, especially Garrison and Gabe, would have been captured well before the family publicly acknowledged the death, yet the episodes aired with nary a direct reference to Garrison's name or the acrimony that once fueled their interactions. Exposé. On Reddit, one Sister Wives fan speculated that TLC had gone to great lengths to excise every instance of Kody's harsher commentary, both out of sensitivity to Garrison's passing and to preserve the network's reputation, asking, "Has Kody's ***T talking about Garrison been edited out?" and noting that while Kody still made generic remarks about kids and Maddie, the pointed jabs that characterized earlier seasons were nowhere to be seen. Exposé. Other commenters agreed, suggesting that by removing Garrison's footage, entire group scenes, including moments with Gabe and other estranged children, were necessarily cut, thereby sanitizing the narrative and softening Kody's image amid a storyline that the network had only just begun to acknowledge on screen. Exposé. This fan theory gained further traction in the wake of a candid, post-suicide interview Kody granted to People magazine in September 2024. In which he expressed profound regret over the estrangement with Garrison, lamenting, "I can't reconcile that he's not here," and admitting that he wished he had prioritized rebuilding their relationship before it was too late. People. That public mea culpa, recorded months after Garrison's death, contrasted sharply with the more tempered, almost generic confessionals featured in season 19, leading many to conclude that TLC had deliberately intercut or replaced pre-death footage of Kody's vitriol with more reflective, post-death statements, thereby crafting a narrative of paternal remorse rather than airing his prior disdain. Critics of the show's editorial choices argue that this approach not only manipulates viewer sympathy but also raises ethical questions about the commodification of genuine grief. By reframing Kody's story to highlight his sorrow and regret, TLC arguably trades on the tragedy for ratings, all while obscuring the very real tensions that preceded it. Reddit. Moreover, in the immediate aftermath of Garrison's death, Kody and Janelle issued a joint Instagram statement describing the loss as taking our breath away and requesting privacy, a message echoed by the network's brief on-air acknowledgement at the start of season 19. Page 6. Yet this solemn tribute did not translate into unfiltered storytelling. Instead, fans observed that the show leapt over any depiction of the family's grieving process, opting to focus on property disputes and interpersonal drama that were safely distant from the tragedy. As one Reddit user noted, the only Garrison-specific content viewers saw was a muted title card, no interviews, no raw footage of family reactions, and certainly no evidence of the nasty things Kody was reputed to have said about his son in private settings. Exposé. This editorial gap, proponents of the theory say, reflects a strategic decision to benefit Kody by avoiding the messy reality of his paternal failings, instead positioning him as a contrite figure in the post-death interview circuit, a role that generated empathy and deflected criticism of his earlier conduct. Exposé. Yet defenders of the show's producers counter that the absence of overtly negative footage may simply be a byproduct of timing and sensitivity, given that the family had only recently endured an unimaginable loss. Airing raw footage of Kody's contempt could be seen as exploitative, further traumatizing those involved. They argue that TLC likely chose to withhold pre-death material out of respect for Janelle and other grieving family members, and that the generic confessionals represent footage shot after the tragedy, when Kody had already begun to process his regrets. Exposé. Indeed, the People exclusive confirms that Kody's remorse was genuine and reflective, suggesting that at least some of the footage labeled as Season 19 may have been filmed post-March 2024, blending timelines to tell a more cohesive, compassionate story. People. Ultimately, whether driven by compassion, image management, or a blend of both, the decision to edit out Kody Brown's true disdain amid Garrison's death underscores the complex interplay between reality TV storytelling and real-world tragedy. Fans who dug through Reddit threads and TV recaps see a sanitized narrative that spares viewers, and perhaps the Brown family themselves, from confronting the full extent of the patriarch's estrangement, while others accept the editorial choices as necessary to shield the family's pain. What remains clear is that TLC's handling of the material has fueled debate about authenticity, ethics, and the power of editing to reshape a public figure's legacy, especially in the wake of such a heartbreaking loss. In a startling revelation during the season 19 premiere of Sister Wives, Kody Brown confessed that one of his original, OG, children had delivered an ultimatum so severe that they vowed never to speak to him again, accusing him of manipulating and brainwashing the family, an admission that laid bare the depth of estrangement within the Brown clan and crystallized long-standing tensions that have simmered beneath nearly 15 years of reality TV scrutiny. Exposé. IMDb. The Confession. During a confessional segment, Kody recounted the painful exchange in which his unnamed child confronted him, "You manipulated me, and you brainwashed me," before declaring, "I'm never talking to you again." Exposé. The rawness of this admission marked a stark departure from Kody's usual measured on-camera demeanor and underscored how his efforts to maintain control over the family narrative have exacted a profound emotional toll. By acknowledging the accusation on air, Kody inadvertently confirmed what many viewers had long suspected, that his insistence on unity and obedience within his plural marriage had crossed into coercion for at least one of his offspring. IMDb. Speculation over the identity. Though Kody did not name the child, fan communities immediately set about guessing the culprit. On Reddit's r/Sister Wives, users proposed names ranging from Gabriel Brown, whose outspoken criticism of his father's pandemic policies was well documented, to Garrison Brown, given his highly publicized rifts with Kody before his tragic passing. Others pointed to Paydon Brown, who openly challenged his father's leadership in earlier seasons, and Hunter Brown, whose social media commentary suggested deep disappointment in Kody's priorities. Exposé. A contingent even speculated that the rebuke reflected a chorus of voices rather than a single child, positing that multiple offspring might have used identical language to capture a shared sense of betrayal. Exposé. Kody's stance on reconciliation. In the same episode, Kody reiterated his stance that adult parent-child relationships must be reciprocal, telling cameras, "Some people think that parental-child relationships don't have to be reciprocal, but when they're adults, yeah, they do." People. He insisted that he would focus his efforts on children who are open to rebuilding ties rather than camp out indefinitely waiting for those who refuse contact, a posture that many fans interpreted as further justification for his detachment from estranged offspring. People. Robyn's reaction and familial pressure. Robyn Brown, Kody's fourth and only remaining wife, has emerged as a vocal advocate for mending fences, openly expressing frustration that Kody's reluctance to reach out was eroding her respect for him. In a separate confessional, she told Kody, "You are losing my respect," urging him to fix this and reminding him that his children need you. People. Her plea, framed as both personal heartbreak and moral imperative, laid bare the tension between Robyn's role as supportive spouse and her perceived complicity in enabling Kody's distancing from his first 3 marriages' offspring. People. The Madison brush factor. Adding another layer to the narrative is the estrangement of Madison "Maddie" Brown Brush, Kody's daughter, with ex-wife Janelle, who has publicly confirmed she no longer speaks to her father. In an interview with People, Maddie recounted feeling alienated by Kody's erratic behavior and noted that she distanced herself to protect her own family, citing a pattern of what she described as manipulative interactions. People. Her status as a co-founder of Tata Farms alongside Janelle and her anticipation of a 4th child _how Kody's absence has reshaped not only personal relationships but also the trajectories of his adult children's lives. People. Context of family fractures. This latest estrangement is but one chapter in a saga of familial fractures. Christine Brown's and Janelle Brown's departures in 2021 and 2022, respectively, Mary Brown's legal divorce in 2014, and the subsequent redivision of Coyote Pass property, all of which have fueled debates about Kody's leadership, favoritism toward Robyn, and the emotional cost of plural marriage. Exposé. IMDb. Viewers have long noted that Robyn's concerns often take narrative precedence, whether in relocation decisions, property developments, or confessional time, leaving the OG wives and their children feeling marginalized, a dynamic that many believe underpins the brainwashing accusation. Exposé. Fan reactions and social media uproar. Social media platforms have become echo chambers for outrage and solidarity. On Twitter, the hashtag #sisterwives trended with fans expressing both shock at the confession and validation of their own long-held critiques. One user tweeted, "I always knew Kody's control tactics would catch up to him. Brainwashing is not an accident, it's a pattern." Exposé. On Facebook groups dedicated to TLC fandom, members dissected every syllable of Kody's admission, framing it as the inevitable outcome of a patriarchal system that demanded compliance at the expense of genuine familial bonds. Facebook. Implications for family dynamics. The brainwashing accusation has profound implications for the Brown family's future. If one child has irrevocably closed the door, others may follow suit, particularly given Kody's declared unwillingness to camp out waiting for reconciliation. Robyn's pleas for unity may falter if adult children view outreach as inauthentic or insufficient, and the fracture lines between the OG and new wives could harden further as property disputes and residual resentments continue to play out on screen.